We recently had a video come out that goes through the entire timeline of the said Coomer Gremlin, of all the horrible things that he's ever done. It's an interesting one. I thought it might be worth taking a look at. So let's take a look here.
I don't wish to bring anybody any more harassment than they've already received, but you have to understand that at this point, I'm kind of being pushed into playing my entire hand. There will be no vague allegations today. There will be no mentions of nukes, only mushroom clouds. I went with the title, Kethels, a Case Study on Internet Terrorism and Mass Media Manipulation. This is going to be a cataloging of the past year, demonstration of what happens when communities fail to hold their own members responsible, and what comes of the belief that there are no bad tactics, only bad targets. This is going to be a careful documentation of lies. I'm not running around screen sharing people's nudes. I'm not having secret recordings to be in my apartment. Bro, I'll talk about anything all the time ever. Are we serious?
So then the question stands, did you Lauren Southern? Look, that's me.
Scams.
Every single person on the internet that is pushing NFTs is just trying to find a bigger sucker.
No, I haven't watched this on Piker Nuke
either. You buy and sell like Twitch clips, and you can
might as well just get to all of them.
Buy the streamer. And you know what? If you buy it, I can go right up here and click autograph, and I can sign whatever NFT you want me to sign. Okay? Threats, bullying, doxing. I literally just doxed that girl.
The one that tried to throw egg on me like a week or two ago. Like, I don't give a fuck about like doxing.
And an utter lack of accountability.
Molina recently confirmed that the sex tapes leaked by Destiny's former
Jesus Christ.
girl were shared by Destiny without her consent.
Good one, nice.
If she has no legal recourse.
I've got a whole bunch of super chats for you. Wick, ready?
Oh no.
Okay.
Over the years, I've worried about the types of tactics endorsed by progressive communities. The uncomfortable distorting of narratives.
Honestly, I'm pro-genocide. It sounds really shitty, but like I think that Israel should just draw its borders about where it is now, and basically Palestinians can go live in another place. That's really shitty, but like that's about where I'm at.
The grotesque shape-shifting of facts. Let's say there's a person that's like 30 years old and tries to like randomly sext like 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds. That wouldn't be, I don't think that would be considered grooming. The general inability to hold themselves to a decent standard of behavioral conduct. The rioting needs to stop. And if that means like white redneck militia dudes out there mowing down dipshit protesters that think that they can torch buildings at 10 p.m., then at this point they have my blessing, because holy shit.
That was actually a good take.
It was the tale of an internet bully given far too much power.
Did you guys know that if a bitch breaks up with you and you send her nudes to everybody, even that's wrong, guys?
On a mission to seek fame and fortune.
So what's that look like revenue-wise? I think last time you said it was like 50K a month.
It's probably a little bit higher than that now, yeah.
By building a career through vicious conflict.
Actually kill yourself! Yes! Kill yourself!
We've allowed ourselves to gaze into the abyss for far too long.
Destiny
is the result.
On January 8th, 2025, the streamer Destiny's ex-wife Melina accused him of sharing pornographic videos of her without her consent to a 19-year-old young woman over Discord.
Something I can't, like I'm not gonna go into detail of anything, but there's plenty of people that's wondering this, but I feel like this should be obvious. Nothing has happened with consent with anyone, not me and not anyone else. Like there's been no consent.
On
Whoa. Whoa.
January 21st, 2025, one of Destiny's close friends named Pixie accused him of also sharing pornographic videos of her without her consent. Destiny later revealed that this 19-year-old he had sent these pornographic videos to had allegedly been hacked, leading to these.
Rose is Coming is the chick that Destiny sent these videos to. Rose is Coming.
Videos being leaked on the internet.
I think a friend of mine's account from that I talked to like 3 or 4 years ago ended up getting compromised, and you know, sometimes you just gotta roll with the memes.
Ah.
It is what it is. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Okay.
Later on that same day of January 21st, one of Destiny's previous close friends named Cherry not only accused Destiny of sharing a recording of them having sex without her consent.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Cherry because it's a trash talk extravaganza. I'll tell you a little bit about this chick, right? I know all the players involved in this, unfortunately, because I used to debate and destroy them all, right? So this chick, right? She's a fucking lunatic freak, okay? This broad, she has a neck beard, an actual like neck beard husband. This guy's a total fucking dork. He does the you know, the neck beard lumberjack thing where the beatniks they'll have like the dork Vosh glasses, you know, and then they'll have the suspenders coming up with like with the tucked in boots, the lumberjack, you know, dork look, right? She was married to this guy, right? But her big complaint was that this guy couldn't get her off. And so she didn't want to have sex with him. She didn't want to have sex with him because he couldn't get her off. So she started fucking Destiny, right? She started founding Destiny. And she says it was the most glorious thing ever because Destiny could get her off. So she's like married to this guy while she's pounding the Coomer Gremlin. And he's like fine with it because now she wants to have sex again, right? So we did this debate one night. It was between her and who was it with? Zen Shapiro and his brother, right? And it was Jerry and someone else. This chick was so fucking dumb. She was so dumb. She couldn't even grasp what they were saying. So bad. So anyway, she tried to make an entire career out of basically having had sex with Destiny, and it flopped. It failed miserably because, as you might note, most of these women are completely talentless and stupid. So when they go off and they try to, you know, do their talentless, stupid streams, they fail. They fail miserably, and no amount of Destiny Coomer love can convince enough DGG heads, his community, DGG, to go over there and give them enough money to keep them afloat. Like, it just can't be done. So this all unfolded a long time ago.
But also of recording her without her knowledge. Destiny has since admitted to sharing these sex tapes of Pixie and Melina without their consent. Cherry's allegation is still just an allegation, but she has recently filed a police report against Destiny. This is the story of Stephen Bennell II, a man given far too much power and the ways he has abused this power for his own personal gain. Hi, so this
Oh, God, this guy is so hard to look at. This dude is so hard to look at. And by the way, he is Ultra Omega Simp 5000. Like, I've never seen a dude on Twitter simp for more women than this fucking dork. Ever.
Video has been a long time coming. I've been slowly collecting evidence about this man Destiny here for about 3 years now, and I don't know about you, but I think it's finally time to take this motherfucker down. Destiny is widely hated by a variety of communities across the internet for a variety of reasons. But no matter how hated Destiny became, he always had a strong army of sycophants that would defend him no matter what he did. However,
and they still will. And let me explain why they're still going to do that. They're going to still do that because they don't care about these mediocre skanks who fuck him for clout. They don't care. They literally don't care. They're upsetty spaghetti. They're upsetty spaghetti about the fact that he released the tapes without their consent, right? But like, this is just, to me, I've never really understood what everybody's even all that pissed off about, because to me, this is just typical fucking Destiny shit. It's just typical Coomer Gremlin nonsense, right?
However, recently, almost all of his orbiters have abandoned him. Orbiters are what he calls his friends who stream with him. Basically, the implication is that Destiny is this massive planet, and all of his friends are these little planets that orbit around him. This has created,
which is true,
an ecosystem where most of Destiny's friends rely on Destiny's success for fame and money.
This is also true.
And because most of these people rely on Destiny for money, they've done a remarkably good job at sweeping allegations against Destiny under the rug.
This is also actually true.
For years. However, these recent allegations against Destiny have been so egregious that the majority of even his most loyal orbiters have decided to leave his orbit.
Yeah, they probably fucked up though. Like, just to be totally honest with you, they probably fucked up a little bit because I just don't think anything's going to happen to this guy based around this. And like, oh no, what's he going to do? Oh, I can never get another chick like Kyla and another retard like fucking Pisco. It's like, come on, they'll literally jump off of buildings to be in this guy's orbit.
Now, barely anyone is still defending Destiny. One person who is still defending Destiny is Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit, who recently decided to slut-shame Destiny's victims.
Where I go, I feel extremely violated with how so many people saw me non-consensually in a vulnerable position. I feel like people are always going to use this as proof that I slept my way to whatever achievement I garner. I feel like it's evidence that everything would be better with me gone. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Prixie, but you did sleep your way to the top. You know,
no lies told.
We gotta call a spade here.
Even though Myron is an absolutely insane anti-Semitic woman hater who stands for everything that Destiny claims to be against, Destiny says that he has more respect for Myron than for anyone else on the internet.
In all of my years, God, this feels so shitty. In all my years of doing content, I have more respect for Myron than any other individual.
Apparently, the amount of respect that Destiny has for you as a person is dependent on how willing you are to suck up to him.
No, well, probably. I mean, that's a pretty uncharitable way to put it, right? It's not exactly untrue, but it's just kind of uncharitable. I think for most people, most human beings on planet Earth, when the chips are down and you're getting your ass kicked, right? Which Destiny's chips are definitely down, and he's definitely been getting his fucking ass kicked over this. I mean, just brutalized, right? If anybody who is somebody on the scene who doesn't kind of kick you while you're down, I think for most people they would consider that person to be, honorable or a friend or something like that, right? Libs should know the rules of Coomer gremlins. 1, avoid sunlight. 2, don't get them wet. 3, never send them nudes after midnight. Yep, it's true.
He is the only person that I've seen that will consistently go into areas where there's so much like laughing and jokes and fun times to be had right here if he was shit on me, but he doesn't. He won't do it.
I have some level of empathy for Destiny's orbiters because it is difficult to be stuck in a position where you financially rely on someone who is not a great person, but
they're not great people either. They're not great people. None of them are great people. None of them. They're just as bad as the Coomer gremlin when it comes to this shit. This has all been known forever, by the way, that this entire community operates based on a completely separate moral paradigm than most human beings. They like to coom and have sex with each other and film the shit and do a bunch of drugs and be fucking just ghastly, disgusting folks. Like, how is this fucking news? How's this news?
I have basically no empathy for Destiny because I believe that Destiny is a massive piece of shit, and I will hopefully demonstrate why I feel that way in this video. In this video, I will go through nearly every harmful action that Destiny has committed over the years, and then allow you to come to your own conclusions on whether or not you think this is a person who deserves anyone's admiration or respect. Before we jump into Destiny's actions from across the years, I think I should take a little bit of time to dispel some possible well poisoning that Destiny or his community DGG could try to attack me with. The first accusation they might throw at me is that I'm obsessed with Destiny.
Yeah, that is a common one. That is a very common one. If you make any commentary whatsoever on something bad that Coomer Gremlin has done, his community does do that. They'll go in and spam your chat with like, "Why are you so obsessed, bro? Why are you so," you know what I mean? And I think in the beginning, when they would do that shit, it kind of worked. You know what I mean? Because they're usually blitzing much smaller creators than Destiny is, right? Significantly smaller. But in this case, it just hasn't worked for him in a long time. People are like, well, this guy is a large political commentator. He's on news shows now, things like this. Like, kind of people, he's out there trying to get attention. So people commenting on him kind of makes sense, you know what I mean? So the whole obsession thing, that doesn't really hold much weight anymore.
This is an accusation they like to throw at anyone who criticizes Destiny.
He's right. It's true.
Personally, I don't think it makes me obsessed with Destiny that I've been researching him for the purpose of criticizing him. None of Destiny's fans accused me of being obsessed with Sneeko when I did a deep dive into Sneeko's harmful actions because they don't like Sneeko. But they probably will accuse me of being obsessed with Destiny because Destiny is their daddy. This is the first video I've ever made about Destiny, and it'll probably be about an hour and a half long. Compare that to the probably hundreds of hours that Destiny has spent on his stream criticizing Hassan. And I have nothing against Destiny criticizing Hassan. It would just be pretty hypocritical to accuse me of being obsessed with Destiny for making 1 hour and a half long video about him while Destiny has talked about Hassan for—
But this guy is actually obsessed. I don't know how you compete with this argument that he's making right now, right? So he's saying, you know, considering the hundreds of hours that the Coomer Gremlin has spent raging about Hassan Piker, who started as an orbiter of Destiny and then just basically shot past that into his own fucking stratosphere, that you would have to lay the same accusation at the Coomer Gremlin's feet, that he also is obsessed with other streamers. So, like, who gives a shit, ultimately? This is what this guy's point is.
For hundreds of hours. Destiny has written multiple incredibly long manifestos criticizing creators like Vosh, Keffels, and Bob7, who
true.
Destiny believes
All of this
have
is
wronged
true.
him over the years. Although I find the label of manifesto a bit cringe.
Both things can be true, though. Yeah, but then you, the lover of the DGG, you would be hypocritical in not giving the application back to the Coomer Gremlin, right? So if you're saying, hey, you're obsessed over this guy because you made an hour-long video about him, carefully cataloging every bad and nefarious deed on the internet he's ever done, then you also should be leveling that same criticism back towards Destiny himself for the many, many hours of hit pieces he's made on other people. That's what this guy's point is. So, yes, you could say both are true at the same time, and perhaps even be right. It's just from the perspective of him, it doesn't make a lot of sense for Destiny's audience to not apply the same standard back to Destiny.
Cringe. I see nothing inherently wrong with Destiny writing manifestos to chronicle the bad behaviors of these creators. So, in the same way, I guess this will be my manifesto against Destiny. And if you have an issue with me making this manifesto, I hope you will stay logically consistent and also criticize Destiny for making manifestos about Vosh, Keffels, and Bob7. If I had to predict how Destiny himself would respond to this video, he would probably respond with something similar to this tweet that he tweeted at me a couple years ago. You're hopping into a bandwagon of people accusing me of being a rape apologist because you're still upset that I bullied you off the internet a year ago. Don't play stupid. You know exactly what you're doing.
Ah, so revenge. So he's saying they're going to make the accusation that this is revenge.
To be honest, Destiny isn't 100% wrong here. I am jumping onto a bandwagon of people criticizing him, but I don't think that's an inherently bad thing to do. Destiny jumps onto bandwagons of people criticizing Hassan all the time. When Ethan Klein makes videos attacking Hassan, Destiny jumps onto the bandwagon. So when a bunch of people on the internet are criticizing Destiny right now for sharing women's sex tapes without their consent, hell yeah, I'm gonna jump onto the bandwagon and roast the shit out of him. With the way the internet works, criticisms against someone are more likely to stick when that person is actively engaged in a controversy. This is just how the internet is. So yes, I waited to make this video until you were in a possibly career-ending controversy because I knew that this would make more people listen to my criticism against you. Do you have a problem with that? You know how the internet works, Destiny. You jump onto bandwagons of criticizing people who are in controversies all the time. But now that the shoe's on the other foot, you're mad about it.
Again, all fair points. All fair points. Every single one of them is a fair point.
All the other shit from all the other vultures and all the other communities that are like coming in trying to like make drama out of this, that don't give a fuck about any victims or any people involved, which is the majority of people.
Okay, yeah, okay. So to Destiny's point here, I can't. I gotta try to be as consistent as I can possibly be. I don't consider any of these people really to be victims because, I mean, they were victims of him, I guess, giving their vids out without consent. They're victims of that, but like, come on, you know, these chicks. They knew what they were doing. They're fucking this guy for career clout. Like, just I don't. First of all, if you're gonna fuck Destiny at all, that already says all that anybody would ever need to know about you, right? Like, if you're a woman and you want to have sex with this guy who's literally 5'2", you know, he's 5'2", he's a junkie, he bangs everything, he sucks men's penises, is like. That tells us all we already need to know about you. We don't need to know anything past that, right?
Don't give a fuck about any of that. I don't care about that.
Another accusation that Destiny's fans like to throw at people who criticize him is that they're just doing it for money. Oh, you mean like how Destiny has made money from covering other people's controversies for years? What a dog shit argument. Yes, I'm gonna make money from this video because this is my job, just like Destiny makes money from criticizing.
Oh, you mad? Oh, it's a Gossip Girl chat. Oh, are you mad? No, I guess all politics are gossip then if you make commentary about anything, you know, Professor Scotty. Gee, shut the fuck up and go run back to DGG with your tail between your legs, you little bitch, while we finish this stream that we're doing.
Criticizing other people because that's his job. But this video isn't just about making money for me. I genuinely care about raising awareness for the shitty stuff that Destiny has done. If you're gonna write a manifesto about Keffals and say that she needs to be held responsible for her actions,
Demonstration of what happens when communities fail to hold their own members responsible.
I'm gonna do the same thing to you, motherfucker. Now let's focus in on this part of the tweet. You're still upset that I bullied you off the internet a year ago. You know what, Destiny? You are not totally wrong. Being bullied off the internet didn't feel particularly good because people don't tend to enjoy being bullied. Destiny and his community definitely have bullied me over the years, but I don't really care to relitigate my personal beef with Destiny. Destiny and his community weren't very nice to the suit-wearing fatty. Who gives a fuck? But Destiny, you don't get to criticize Keffals for being a bully,
Internet bullying.
and then turn around and take pride in the fact that you're a bully. That is called hypocrisy. The fact that Destiny and his community have bullied me in the past probably
Andrew, keep doing what you do, man. Love this channel. And yes, my son Maverick will be just like me. Excellent.
is a factor in why I chose to make this video. And I would argue that the treatment that Destiny received from creators like Vosh and Keffals is one of the reasons he made manifestos against them. As much as I might want to, I am a human being and I can't fully separate myself from my own personal biases.
So, okay, so part of this is revenge. So what he's saying is part of this is revenge because this guy fucked me up and now I'm pissed. So that is, okay, but at least, I mean, he's copping to it, right? At least he's copping to it.
And the fact that I have been bullied by Destiny and his community in the past does probably make me somewhat biased against them. If you feel like my personal bias against Destiny means that I'm not the right person to make this video, I respect that opinion and I encourage you to go watch a different YouTube video. But in this video, I'm going to try my absolute best to be as unbiased as possible and stick to the facts as much as possible.
Man, the 14 minutes of fucking disclaimers is pretty annoying, I'm not gonna lie.
I am gonna try my best to not view Destiny in bad faith because I think even if
You don't have to be a Destiny simp to recognize gossip. I'm not sure if it's politically relevant as gossip. Because, how would you even make political commentary on what other people are doing and saying and have it not be gossip? Like, how is that even possible? You know what I mean? And gossip has a nefarious tone to it. It's not a thing which is done to cover relevant events which are going on. I think that is what gossip would be. Now, mind you, even if it was gossip, I'd be fine with that, and you could still go fuck yourself. Like, I'm just pointing that out.
If you view him in good faith, he's still a piece of shit. I do feel like one of Destiny's tactics from across the years is to be incredibly mean to anyone he has a conflict with. So when that person eventually decides to make a video criticizing him, he can just write that person off as obsessive and just mad because he bullied them.
As a supporter of yours, I'd appreciate if you addressed some of the points made in the Britney video. She seemed to be pretty fair, especially in her conclusions. I don't have time to address every deranged, obsessive video that's made about me. I still haven't watched the Britney video.
Just add this tactic to the long list of tactics that Destiny and his community use to deflect criticism from themselves. The last criticism that Destiny and his community might make against this video is that I'm bringing up a bunch of old news that Destiny has already addressed. While that might be the case for some of the things I talk about in this video is not being made for Destiny's community. I'm making this video for the broader internet, and the majority of the broader internet doesn't know about all of these past controversies that you might consider old news. Contrary to what you guys might believe, the entire world does not orbit around Destiny. If Destiny is going to be interviewing potential presidential candidates like Marianne Williamson, then I think the broader political community deserves to know about Destiny's past actions. Destiny has said,
I don't really know how you argue with that.
before that he has nothing to hide, and people can't expose him
We
for
ever post
anything that he's
fan-made
done in
songs
the
and
past
the name-
because
yeah,
he's
yeah,
open
but
about everything
I gotta
he's
review
done
them
in
first
his
when I
life.
get time.
When someone else was trying to expose Destiny for his bad behavior, he sent these messages to his chat. So if he wants to expose me, that's fine. Let him expose. But he needs to post receipts instead of just vaguely alluding to shit. There's literally nothing anyone
1 hour intro, please, bro. Just get to. I know he is taking a long time with the disclaimers in his fucking intro, right? But it seems that he might be very familiar with kind of DGG tactics, and so what he's trying to do is say, this is all going to be well poisoned anyway, so I might as well put all these disclaimers in so they're all addressed now, because this is how their tactics essentially work. So that's what he's doing. So I kind of understand the logic behind doing it.
because I don't do anything bad / weird. I am the cleanest motherfucker in this entire scene. The worst anyone could ever have on me is fucking dick pics or something. He can talk about whatever he wants, but he should provide proof, not just baseless accusations / speculation. Alright, Destiny, in this video I will provide
The
plenty
Crucible
of
Crew's
proof and
drinking fun.
receipts
Appreciate
to
that.
back up everything
I'll be there
that I
Sunday.
accuse
Can't
you
wait.
of.
Can't wait
If
to
what
meet
you said
you.
in these messages is true, then you should have absolutely no issue with me lying out everything that you've done over the years on the table. Are we on the same page? Great. Honestly, I feel like the fact that I feel the need to lay out all these preambles and pretext and shoot down possible criticisms before they make them should show you that Destiny's community have become masters at deflecting criticism against them. You can call these motherfuckers Bert from Mary Poppins in the way that they're masters at sweeping. The joke here is that Bert from Mary Poppins is a chimney sweep. It's a funny joke, okay? Fuck off. My goal in this video is not to push some sort of political agenda against Destiny. I actually think he is a very smart dude who's one of the best debaters on the internet and one of the best people at using logic to defend liberal values. I debated Destiny a couple times a few years ago, and he definitely wiped the floor with me, especially in our second debate. I have no shame in admitting that. Destiny is definitely a better debater than I am. Even if I disagree with a lot of his opinions because I'm a leftist, I can still recognize that he's done a great job dunking on a bunch of dumbass conservatives. But like Destiny said in his manifesto against Keffels, I don't think we should be afraid to hold members of our own community accountable.
Demonstration of what happens when communities fail to hold their own members responsible.
And Destiny has
Lazy
done
Eye,
a lot
thanks
of
for the
fucked
5.
up shit that I think he needs to be held accountable for. Just because he's a good debater who's really good at defending the liberal ideology, I don't think that means that we should sweep his bad behavior under the rug.
And I don't understand how Steven can really say that he wants to be a serious political advocate if he doesn't want to manage his personal life in any way that's serious. Like, why should the DNC involve you in anything that they want when your personal life looks like a fucking train wreck that's going to be bad PR for all of them? Why should anyone want to spend time debating you on these bigger platforms if all you're going to do is bring fucking tarnishing their reputation, right? It's like, if you're serious about this, you should make this sacrifice. And if you can't, then I don't think you really care about the political positions that you claim to care about.
My goal in this video is to simply lay out all of his actions from across the
Shout my son Maverick out again, please. Shout out to you, Maverick. Can't get enough of your content. Middle class guy hoping Trump gets that no tax on overtime. You're the man. Yeah, that would be great. Devin the Polish for $10 says this is quite an all-encompassing disclaimer, but let's be real. This guy looks like he's always done his homework. I'll bet Nana would fix his eyebrows and he would never be able to keep his lunch money. There's a good possibility that's true.
years that I consider harmful and allow you to come to your own conclusions. All right?
Okay.
Let's get into it. In
Well,
this video,
okay.
I hope
By the way, that's 17 fucking minutes almost of disclaimers before we are actually getting into the meat of this. Unconventional Man says, I'll be there Sunday. Didn't get the VIP as they sold out. Yeah, I think the Crucible crew bought them all up. But looking forward to seeing Andrew destroy lunatics live and in person. You won't regret it. It's going to be a lot of fun. The wife will be there with me as well. You guys will be able to meet her. It'll be like a little micro vacation for us.
to establish a pattern of how Destiny over the course of his career has repeatedly taken advantage of and harmed women and occasionally children, and how he has advocated for a world that makes it easier for people like him to harm women.
This guy's fucking coping super chat. So the Crucible's become the TMZ for Christ Media now. Where are the relevant discussions about politics, metaphysics, price for glory, I guess. Here, let me, I know that this is a diversion, but I actually have plenty of time today to kill, to rip on you fucking idiots. So I'll just make this one pretty clear, right? I'm going to talk about whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want to, and no amount of whatever you think is social shaming is going to stop that. I have been socially shamed by people who are way better at it than you. Way better at it than you. And that's not going to deter me either. So me going and reviewing what's going on with a political personality inside of this scene is there's nothing. Not only is there nothing wrong with that, but as a political commentator, that's part of my job. So what I would like you to do, the Everett 90, is to kindly go fuck yourself. Don't worry about what I do. Worry about what you do.
Women and children. We'll start by going through Destiny's harmful behavior towards women, then we'll take a detour to his harmful behavior towards children, and then we'll loop back around to his harmful behavior towards women.
Ooh, you know what you DGGers who are here now should do? You should try to lead a chat revolt. It's always funny when you guys try to do that, too. Come on, guys! We're leaving, guys! Come on, everyone! We're getting out of here, everyone! This guy sucks! You should do that one next. It's like a step-by-step stupid playbook, you know.
And again. Sound good? Well, it's not going to be. Around the end of 2011, Destiny sexually assaulted a woman on his live stream. I'm not using the word allegedly here because we have video of him doing it, and he has openly admitted that it was sexual assault.
I would say that in my streaming career in the past, like totally publicly, like I completely and totally like assaulted a girl on stream before for like fucking 5 minutes or whatever. I got super fucking drunk and was like grabbing her fucking breast the entire time.
Later, Destiny has attempted to downplay his actions here by tweeting, "I was drunk off my ass literally for the first time in my life." And he said that at the time he didn't understand how bad it was, but now looking back years later, he understands that it was reprehensible behavior.
And at the time I figured like, oh, well, you know, we're gonna fuck anyway. Like it doesn't matter. Like she's chill or whatever. Like I'm drunk, it doesn't matter. Like at the time I'm thinking like, you know, oh, it's not a big deal. But like looking back, I'm like, okay, wait, this is like really, really, really reprehensible behavior.
But if you go back and watch the clip immediately.
Okay. That doesn't look great, okay? It doesn't look great. He should have just doubled down, you know? He should have just been like, yeah, I grabbed her boobs. So what? Yeah, I did it. I gave him a squeeze and a twist too, fuckhead. That's what I do. Yeah, I did it. And then I took her in the back and plowed her. Like, he probably should have just doubled down. But, you know, you can't get that good, sweet, liberal street cred without also admitting that you yourself are some kind of a creep for the liberals and the progressives to dunk on for your privilege or, you know, whatever the fuck it is. Even though Jake calls himself Lord, the Padawan did a great job. Had that kid crying. Yeah, he did good. He did good.
Immediately after assaulting her, he says, "Listen, I'm going to apologize to you so much tomorrow."
Listen, I'm gonna apologize
Yeah,
to you
say sorry.
so much tomorrow.
Why would you need to apologize to her tomorrow, Destiny? Is it maybe because you understood that what you were doing was wrong? To me, this shows that even in his incredibly drunk state,
Yeah, he's a little drunk. You know, he grabbed a skank's chest. Looks pretty bad, not gonna lie. Looks pretty bad, right? Probably shouldn't have done that. But probably also the whole like, yeah, I admit that was SA. That probably wasn't the move. But again, it might give you like, I don't know, in the progressive community that might give you like progressive street cred, you know? Like Hunter Avallone did that whole thing, right? Where he goes back and he does the apology tour. He's like, I used to be really hard on transgender individuals, but now I understand and I'm going to be their champion. I didn't know. I just didn't know. Thank you. Now that I know, I'll be your champion. And they're all like, yay. So they get caught doing shit like this, you know what I mean? They're like, well, I went and I got therapy and now I'm better and I can't wait to go back and be your people's champion. Like the left loves that shit, you know what I mean? And the Sewing Circle Christians on the right love that shit too. They just love it in the opposite way. They're just like, yeah, I know that Charlene over there by the end of last week had finally mounted her 1,000th guy, but she's saved now and we need to put her on a world tour explaining about how Christ loves you. It's like, so, you know, both sides have their stupid fucking shit when it comes to this purity nonsense. And that's why you're the man. Hell with them. Yeah, screw them. What are they going to do? They can't do anything but cope in the chat. The Penguin from Batman comparison is there, but anyone who's seen American Psycho can see the Louis Carruthers resemblance. Was that like the gay dude who was in the bathroom stall in that movie?
state, he knew that what he was doing is wrong. And obviously, being drunk does not absolve you of your actions. Otherwise, we wouldn't criminalize drunk driving.
You've come here to this stream to defend drunk drivers to me.
This is a common tactic with Destiny where he'll half take accountability for something, but half try to downplay it by saying, oh, I was so drunk at the time. Oh, I didn't understand how bad it was at the time. But I'm calling bullshit. You understood that what you were doing was bad, even back when you did it, because you were an adult, not a baby. According to this woman, Destiny has never directly apologized to her, even though she would like him to. She acknowledges that he has indirectly apologized on his stream, but my question is, did he apologize on his stream to save his reputation, or did he apologize because he was genuinely remorseful? I will allow you to answer that question for yourself as we go through more of Destiny's pattern of—
Well, great. Well, I'll answer it. I don't think that the Coomer Gremlin has a single ounce of remorse about grabbing 2 fistfuls of boobies while he was drunk. I don't think he gives a flying fuck about it. I don't think it keeps him up at night. I don't think he gives a shit. I think that he regrets that people came after him for it. I don't think he regrets the thing itself. I just don't think that his mind works that way. I don't think he gives a shit.
Of behavior from over the years. In 2012, Destiny shared private nudes of a woman he had been sexting named Blue Tea with his friends. Destiny will often claim that the reason for his actions are because he was provoked into doing them and he had no other choice.
I'm kind of being pushed into playing my entire hand.
But here, there was no provocation. He just thought it would be funny to share this woman's private nudes with his friends and joke about how fucking hideous her face is compared to her beautiful body. And
come on, chat. Let's revolt against Andrew and his beautiful head of hair. P.S. I love you. Yeah, it's just so stupid. I sent in a super chat so I could pretend like I'm a longtime fan to tell you how disapproving I am about the content that you're playing on a show called The Trash Talk Extravaganza. You fucking get out of here, tool.
And he also insulted her because he thought she looked like Shrek. So he shared a woman's private nudes without consent for the purpose of degrading her. In response, Blue Tea hacked Destiny's Twitter and tweeted out pictures of his dick. Obviously, I condemn this woman's actions. She posted revenge porn of Destiny, which is never justified. But don't forget that the situation that provoked this was Destiny maliciously sharing her nudes without her consent. On Reddit, Destiny replied to her by saying, I can't imagine how you can think that people will never ever talk about anything personal or private amongst their friends. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I can't see myself caring at all if you shared pictures between your close friends, especially given the fact that I'd never see any of them in real life. So, in this comment, Destiny is admitting that he did send the nudes without consent, and he's attempting to downplay his actions. A couple years later, when
That's what they do. How is this news? Modern women are encouraged to divorce and take all your things from their third wave friends and life of media. After many approaches, the only way to get the upper hand is to be abusive and prey on their daddy issues. Oh, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Weird.
When one of Destiny's friends named Bob7 allegedly shared a woman's nudes without her consent, Destiny said that this should be life-destroying.
Bob7 shared nude photographs of multiple women after pressuring one to post one without their consent. But I do believe that these are relatively life-destroying revelations.
But when Destiny does it, he justifies it by saying that he wouldn't care if someone did it to him. This is known as the personal preference fallacy, arguing that something isn't wrong simply because you wouldn't care if it was personally done to you. Even if Destiny wouldn't care if someone shared his nudes, which I doubt, that doesn't make it okay for him to do it to someone else. And a couple years later, Destiny demonstrates that he knows that sharing nudes is wrong by laughing at this clip of someone explaining how it's wrong.
The guy sent the nudes to like his buddy, and the buddy sent it to the other buddy, and it just like the whole school had her nudes.
Wow.
Right?
That's cray.
That in and of itself is another example of like violating consent. Like, even though, for so long we were trained to be like, oh, consent has to do with like, like sex.
Did you guys know that if a bitch breaks up with you and you send her nudes to everybody, even that's wrong, guys?
Him laughing like this is him.
I mean, that is objectively wrong. Yeah. Just gonna point out that, yeah, if a chick breaks up with you and then you send her nudes to everybody, that's not good. And you probably shouldn't do that. Just want to kind of point out the obvious thing. That's that's not good. So I don't really know how to reconcile that for this guy exactly, because no, that would be really bad to do.
Sarcastically showing that he obviously understands it's wrong. So I think
I love the trash talk. Everybody loves the trash talk.
even back when Destiny did this, he understood that it was wrong. He's just pretending like he didn't understand that it was wrong to avoid taking accountability for his actions. Destiny has a long history of really not liking.
Yeah, I saw that he was being sarcastic, but the sarcasm seemed to move the opposite direction than how sarcasm would normally move, right? So he's like, yeah, guys, did you know that, guys? Right? That even if you did X, that even that's wrong. That would be that if you were being sarcastic, you would say it the other way, right? You'd say, don't you guys know that it's never wrong to do blah, right? That you would do it. Wouldn't you do it the other way? I think you would do it the other way. Is this trash talk? Yeah, it's trash talk. East to win. Would you like for me to trash talk you, East to win? Would that make you feel better? Would that make you feel a lot better about yourself?
When women post about their negative sexual experiences online. Real talk, opening up about quote-unquote your rape and shit on Twitter is incredibly fucking weird and should never have been normalized. I have no idea why the fuck people encourage others to trauma dump on social media. It's insanely unhealthy.
Yeah, that's true. It is. And it's fucking weird. It is weird. It's fucking really weird when women do that. It's fucking odd. I'm not going to lie. I really enjoy watching Destiny crash and burn content because it does such an amazing job of highlighting the results of moral relativism. Destiny just shifts his own standards at will. Yeah, and this is a result of that. Correct.
This was in response to a woman sharing an allegation about how she was stealth.
Oh, okay. It would make you feel better if I trash talked you? Here. Because I don't want to waste too much time on you, I'll just put you in timeout here for, I don't know. How about 5 minutes? How's that feel? Does that feel okay? Do you feel like you have been sufficiently, fucked with now? I'm sorry that we're going through content at the moment. And while I'm giving scathing commentary in my normal and traditional Andrew Wilson way, that instead you wanted me to call your sister a bitch or something. I don't know exactly what it is that you wanted me to do. But whatever it was that you wanted me to do, now you can see about it where I can't see.
She was allegedly having sex with the man. She had established the boundary beforehand that he needed to wear a condom during sex, but in the middle of sex, he removed the condom, which is a form of rape. I agree with Destiny that sometimes trauma dumping on social media can be unhealthy, but sharing allegations on social media obviously has the possible benefit of holding people accountable for their actions. And putting the words "your rape" in quotation marks obviously implies that he's casting some level of doubt onto her story.
So what? It's so what? I'm so fucking what? So? I'll never get tired of watching the internet's cut going down. I mean, look, this train wreck is a fun ride. I'm not gonna lie.
It's one thing to wait to
sending
see
someone's news without consent is bad.
Believe someone's story that they post on social media. It's another thing to instantly cast doubt on their story just because you're annoyed that they decided to post about it on social media. This controversy started because Destiny had retweeted someone who tweeted, "If you knew he took off the condom and you couldn't even bring yourself to say anything, you shouldn't be having casual sex." A bunch of people got mad at Destiny for retweeting this, so then he tweeted, "If you are noticing someone is taking a condom off and you can't say anything, you probably don't have the emotional maturity to engage in sex. You should probably just grab a caretaker or something and stick to masturbating to furry porn. Sorry."
I mean, again, he said that seems fine to me. Again, that seems completely legitimately fine to me to say that. He's like, well, you have agency, and if you notice somebody's doing that, you should probably say something about it. And if you don't, that's really fucking weird that you're not saying anything about it. If you don't want that to happen, right? Like, it just seems fucking odd, right?
People got even more mad at this tweet, so then he tweeted, "Sorry, I want to apologize for my last tweet.
Am I friends with Destiny? Absolutely not. The Coomer Gremlin? Not even a little bit. I have a moderate amount of respect for him when it comes to his debate chops. He's one of the funner people that I do debate. That's true enough. But I don't, no, I'm not in any way or shape or capacity friends with the Coomer Gremlin. Not even a little bit. But that doesn't matter. I'm still going to give a fair take. And so from my perspective, you have to remember that here's what's going on. Destiny is a complete and total piece of shit, Stephen Bonnell II, but all of the people who are on the left who are scathing him for X, Y, and Z are also all pieces of shit. So I can basically shit on Destiny for the things he deserves, but also shit on them for the things that they deserve, because none of them are my friend. None of them are my buddies. None of them are my pals. None of them have my interests at heart. That's for damn sure. They can all fuck off. And they're all going to get ripped on. Not just the Coomer Gremlin. Including this fucking stupid dork who's having a panic attack because Destiny said, well, you know, if guys fucking slipping a condom off, nah, maybe you should say something about it. Oh, God, he gave women agency. Oh, no. And how exactly does this live show help to spread your political message? Well, because you see, in order for me to do what it is that I do best, which is spread my political message, especially through debates and entertainment and things like this, I have to raise revenue for the channel. One great way to do that is to piss people like you, the Everett, off so much that you need me to respond to you by sending me in your hard-earned money. This, in turn, allows you to get the attention that you're seeking from me, in my opinion, and it allows me to enter into a war chest to continue to battle with the degenerates across the internet. I hope that answered your question, sir.
You should treat every single woman you come across like a retarded child who's incapable of voicing an opinion about literally anything. Ideally, you would bring her dad along to every fuck so he can guide her through the process. First of all, she did clearly assert her boundaries before sex. She just struggled to reassert her boundaries when this man started ripping her because this made her so uncomfortable. I agree that if you struggle to reassert your boundaries during sex, this could make it more likely that you would end up being harmed during sex. And we should obviously encourage people to assert their boundaries during sex as much as they possibly can. But rather than show empathy for women who struggle to tell men to stop because they're so terrified while they're being raped, Destiny decides to insult these women's emotional maturity and call them retarded children. According to a neuroscience article in the journal Nature Human Behavior, victims frequently report immobility during rape and sexual assault, often using the term freezing. Neuroscientific evidence suggests fear and threat can block cortical neural circuits for action control, leading to involuntary immobility. And this sort of immobility can manifest as physical immobility or verbal immobility.
I still can't get over the comment, this guy's hard to look at. I don't know why he put the camera right there. He did the Alex PWF thing, you know? Literally, the camera's right in front of his fucking face.
A 2017 Scandinavian study reported that 70% of the 200
Super Chat comes in from East to it. He says, I agree. My sister was alive. She could be a bitch at times. Well, I'm sorry your sister passed. I didn't mean to, you know, that's kind of a fucked up comment because you're trying to make me feel like shit. Now I kind of do, you know, so I guess congratulations. Every time you do that Paul Bearer voice, I lose it. W for the mega stream. Yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate that very much. Getting pretty close to almost 20% of what our dono goal for the day is. Thanks for all you and the Crucible do. You're what we needed when we needed it. Here to serve. Here to serve. But I don't see why it is. Like, these fucking leftists, and there's tons of people who are like this. They think when there's a bad guy and he's caught being a bad guy, we need to shit on him. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But I also think you're a bad guy. I think you're all fucking scumbags. And I want to shit on all of you, not just Destiny. Do I like shitting on Destiny sometimes? Sure. Does he deserve it sometimes? Absolutely. But all these fuckers deserve it almost all the time. So, you know, like, let's rip into all of them. You know, part a buzz cut. Yeah, that does take some skill, doesn't it?
198 women who had visited an emergency clinic within a month of experiencing sexual violence had experienced significant tonic immobility or paralysis when it happened. So when women struggle to reassert their boundaries while they're being raped, this isn't because they're children with no emotional maturity. There are actual neurological reasons for this behavior. When the streamer Hans of Harkir brings up the fact that these women could be having a freeze response when they experience stealthing, Destiny disregards this and says that a victim couldn't pop.
All right, and so now that Hans of Harkir has popped up on the stream, I can tell you a little bit about Hans too. Hans is a doofus. Very, very stupid leftist streamer. He made a go of it, but he couldn't quite make it in his community because, well, he's boring as shit and he's dumb as a post. So what ended up happening is that he went and, got a job, and he's working at the job, and Godspeed to him. Godspeed to him. Terrible fucking streamer, though. Absolutely terrible. No entertainment whatsoever, and dumb as a post, literally. Just a very stupid guy. This guy looks like the Penguin and Marty Feldman had a love child. No, he does. He looks like the guy. I think the better analogy is he does look like the dude from American Psycho, who was like the gay dude who was in love with the protagonist or whatever, and they were in the bathroom and he made his move. He looks like that guy, for sure. I don't know what that guy's name is, but he definitely looks like that. Not one step back on these pervasive fuckers. Yeah, not a single one. Not a single one.
Possibly have a freeze response just from seeing a man take his condom off.
Freeze up is some shit where you're like in a fucking traumatic situation and somebody's doing some crazy shit. Not like you look down and you see that some asshole is trying to slip a condom off. Like, oh, I'm frozen out. I can't fucking think. I don't take the condom off. I'm fucking completely frozen. Bro, what the fuck?
That was inappropriate, Destiny. That was inappropriate and fucking out of line. Inappropriate. I can't believe that you would make fun of women like that. Especially in such a heartbreaking situation, Destiny. I just beside myself with the fact that you think that they have agency and that you have expectations above that of, well, I just can't quite bring myself to say no, which means I said no. So, just saying. Need more trash talk. We aren't making the Coomer Goblins poor enough. Yeah, well, we're trying. We're doing the best we can.
What kind of 14-year-olds are you fucking? No, are you serious?
But according to a 2010 study titled Facing Freeze, Social Threat-Induced Bodily Freeze in Humans, even negative social interactions can trigger a psychological freeze response in some people. The more fear someone is experiencing, the more likely they are to have a freeze response, but even a moderate amount of fear can still induce a psychological freeze response.
Please stop talking bad about sexual degenerates. I had an ancestor somewhere at some point that was one and is dead now, so thanks. Well, he's burning in hell, bro. He's burning in hell. What do you want me to say?
And seeing someone non-consensually removing their condom during sex after you've established that they need to wear a condom absolutely could cause enough fear to induce a freeze response.
I guess.
Way that Destiny chooses to mock these women who claim that they do have a freeze response while being stealthed is just really fucking gross. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, I'm frozen out! I can't fucking think! I'm fucking completely frozen!
I think this is from the person who is the recorded child. They said, I've actually been raped and saying no, just made him rape me harder. I know that's what happened after he pulled out. It's not incomprehensible. I would just walk away from that situation.
It sounds like she needs to stop having casual sex.
To be clear,
it does sound like she needs to stop having casual sex.
Don't think that Destiny is saying it's okay to stealth people, but I do think he is choosing to mock women for something that is outside of their control. Obviously, women do have some level of control over reasserting their boundaries during sex, and we should always encourage people to assert their boundaries as much as possible. But if someone is struggling to reassert their boundaries because of a freeze response when someone is raping them, maybe we shouldn't call them retarded children. After this controversy, the absolutely brilliant trans activist known as Keffels decided to make a false allegation against Destiny. She claimed that Destiny himself had stealthed a woman.
Oh yeah, meanwhile he stealths people, which is legitimately a form of rape. Insane.
As far as we know, this is totally untrue. Destiny himself has not stealthed a woman. He was just a massive asshole to a woman who was stealthed. To give Keffels credit, she did.
Not a crime to be a dick, bro. Not a crime to be a dick.
Did acknowledge soon after this that she was wrong and Destiny actually didn't stealth anyone.
Wait, I don't know if he did it. Wait, backing up, I don't actually know if he did it.
But Keffels maybe consider trying to be.
That dude was on America's Got Talent
really sure before you make these types of allegations against people. Destiny is correct that spreading false allegations like this absolutely does undermine the cause of the left. Making this false allegation against Destiny allowed him to shift his focus onto your false allegation instead of focusing on the fact that he was a massive asshole to this woman who was stealthed.
Being a dick is not... Listen, I'm going to... Like, for the leftists who are in the chat right now, who... They have a passing curiosity, and even though they hate my guts, they still enjoy my commentary for reasons they themselves can't explain. Just so you know, being a dickhead, right, being an asshole, that's actually not a crime. And it's not a hate crime, and it's not always even immoral to be a jerk. Just want to point it out. Just want to point that out to you.
Unfortunately, many of the people who have tried to take down Destiny over the years haven't been the sharpest tools in the shed. Speaking of tools in the shed, let's talk about the time that Destiny tweeted that he hopes a woman is raped to death with a shovel. In 2015, the porn star Stoya tweeted allegations that the male porn star James Dean had raped her. This tweet really upset Destiny because, as we've established, he really does not like it when women talk about their negative sexual experiences online. Jesus, why not file a fucking police report instead of tweeting this? You're fucking disgusting. What a fucking idiot.
You can have my money, but cannot claim it was hard-earned. I program ladder logic PLCs for my home office and my undies so people can have water, and the fishies don't have human poop dumped on them. You do controls for sewage system. Got it. Yeah.
At Stoya. Stephen Bennell, why don't you write us a long list of everything you feel a survivor of rape should do? Then I'll use it to wipe my ass. Survivor of rape. It's rape, not murder, not beheading, not a fatal car crash. Everyone survives rape. Get over yourself.
Might have gone a little far with that one. That might not have been the best way, you know. I could have kept it a little more vague, I think. I wouldn't have gone that far. Coomer Gremlin, I think. That one might have been a bit much. Just say it might have been a bit much.
Survivor of rape here. Hello. Want to talk about how hard it is to go on every day? Kill yourself so you don't have to live with the pain.
It may be a little bit too far. Right? It's maybe a little bit. Could be a bit much for the progressives. Just saying. For the grift, looks like the Fester Adams mixed with American Psycho. Fester Adams.
So, rape survivors should just get over it because at least they didn't die. And if they're dealing with a lot of pain or trauma because of their rape, they should just kill themselves because if they kill themselves, the pain will stop. Very cool, Steven. I have no idea why anyone has ever accused you of being a rape apologist.
Well, I don't know. Okay. It seems like logically, right? Perhaps if you were trying to be charitable to this, which I'm not, right? But I'm just going to point this out. He could be saying if it's really worse than the alternative, then you would do the alternative. So clearly it's not worse than the alternative, right? But I don't know. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. I needed this $10. I needed this $10. Now someone else gets to eat instead of you. Cole Marshall for $5 says the saddest part of the whole story is Andrew's probably right. He'll be fine. Yeah, probably am right. And he'll probably be fine.
This should go without saying, but obviously it's good for rape survivors to file police reports to hold rapists accountable. But police reports don't always lead to rapists being held accountable for their actions, which is why sometimes it's good to post about it on social media. At least Destiny will be happy that the woman he allegedly recorded while they were having sex without her knowledge.
Not. Look, Sherry's never really, she's a nutcase. She's never really struck me necessarily as somebody who would be the most honest person when it came to this kind of stuff. Maybe that happened. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. But that chick's a fucking Looney Tune. Just pointing it out.
Done things in the Destiny-approved way. Right after this,
could you imagine the sewing circle reaction if Destiny debated autocorrect? Yeah, it'd be fucking... That would be one of the most hilarious fucking things on planet Earth to watch.
Destiny got into an argument with another...
What do you mean sound? If you audio troll, you just get instantly banned. I know that there's streamers who put up with that. They play that kind of game with their chat or whatever, but Here it just annoys me, and I'll just ban you instantly. There's not that much I'll ban you for, but I will for that.
Other woman about how James Dean didn't respect Stoya's safe word. At Stephen Bennell, ignoring a safe word and not stopping when someone asks is ignoring consent and is rape. Go fuck yourself. Kill yourself, you fucking cunt. I hope you get raped with a fucking shovel until you bleed out your fucking vag and die. Holy. This right here is probably the most violent, vitriolic language that I have ever seen Destiny use in his entire career on the internet.
Might have been a little bit over the top, a little bit.
And it just so happens to be in response to women talking about their negative sexual experiences. My question after seeing all of this is, why does Destiny have such an intense hatred for women talking about their negative sexual experiences on the internet? Is it because he just cares so much about these women and he doesn't want them to harm their own mental health because trauma dumping on the internet can be really damaging for them?
No, actually, here's my take. Yeah, I think he just likes to have sex with these skanks and then not ever talk or hear from them ever again. That's what I think. And so when he has to listen to them after he's already plowed them, or he can't plow them for whatever reason, then he really just doesn't want to hear from them anymore. That's just my personal take, right? That's what I would think is going on, is that he really wants to hump him, and then he wants him to shut the fuck up after that happens. That's just my guess.
Or is it maybe because a culture where women feel comfortable coming forth with allegations on the internet can lead to women like Pixie and Cherry and Melina coming forth with allegations against people like Destiny, exposing them for being massive pieces of shit? I will again allow you to answer that question for yourself. We'll get back to Destiny treating women like shit a little bit later on, but now let's pivot to Destiny harming children. For some strange reason, a lot of people like to label Destiny here a pedophile. So in the next section, we'll get to the bottom of whether or not Mr. Bennell here really is a certified EDP 445. Is Destiny really a pedo, or are these just false, slanderous allegations meant to try to dethrone the debate bro king? Let's find out. In 2012, when Destiny was 23, he shared in a group chat with a couple of his friends the messages, "You want to see the sickest shit in the world? So many fangirls. I had one that was 15. She wanted to meet and hook up. Dude, she's 15, what the fuck? But she sent me pictures that made it so hard to say no." Then Destiny linked a picture of this girl in a bikini in the chat and said, "Girl on the left, so hard to say no. Gonna get arrested one of these MLGs, man." So in these logs, when Destiny was 23, he said that it was really hard to turn down hooking up with this 15-year-old because she looked so good in this picture of her in a bikini. He then shared this lewd image of a child with his friends and said that he's gonna get arrested someday. Well, like I said, a woman just filed a police report against Destiny, so we'll just have to wait and see if his prediction comes true.
I don't think you guys in the DGG land are going to be able to defend that one. That's fucking disturbing and pretty sick and fucking gross, guys. That's I don't know how you get around that. You know, I don't see how you get around that. For the Crucible Crew Diplomatic Expense Fund, probably a stupid question, but will DebateCon be streamed on YouTube? Well, of course, and we'll also be streaming my debates right here. Right here. But, you know, here's the thing. What about the Orbiters now, right? Like, don't they all know about all this shit and they just didn't care? Okay, you clever bastard, you won this round, but I'll be back with more money, and I'll be right here, Mr. Cassell, to take it away from you. As we continue with Grift Stream 9000. This guy looks like Ed Rooney mixed with the Alphabets. Rooney! DGG has left the chat. Have they? Let's see. Nah, they haven't left. There's still a bunch of them in there coping. Trust me. They're just like, what they do is they go in their little discords because they don't want to give you the views, you know. So they're like, they go in their little discords. There's like 30 of them. And they all watch from the same Discord.
A couple years later, in 2015, when Destiny was 26, he shared in his chat, "I would fuck the shit out of that 15-year-old, what the fuck? There's no way that chick is 15. So now we've seen 2 separate occasions where Destiny says that he's attracted to 15-year-olds. Ironically, this conversation where he's sharing a picture of a 15-year-old in a bikini with his friends is the exact same conversation where he also shared that other woman's nudes without her consent. Sharing non-consensual nudes and sharing a picture of a child in a bikini in one conversation? What a certified Destiny moment. This is what we in the business call a Diddy-stiny party. A common defense that Destiny fans will give when he says that he wants to have sex with children is that he's just joking. For example,
yeah, you know, I don't think on the P thing that you can really joke about that. I don't think that that one goes over well. I don't think you guys are going to get around that one. You know, that's pretty fucking sick and gross. You know, I don't think you're getting around that.
these tweets where he says, "You were hot at 10? Any pics? Check DMs. Jesus, I've never wanted to bend someone over the hood of their little tyke so bad." I do think these tweets are jokes, very strange jokes, but I don't...
Yeah, that last one was for sure. That one's been circulating for years. I didn't know about these, though. These are actually fucking bad, man. These are terrible.
I don't think that him saying he wanted to hook up with this 15-year-old was a joke. You know that classic prank where you send your friends pictures of kids in bikinis and say how hot you find them as a joke? And to help prove that this wasn't a joke, here are some clips of Destiny doubling down on his attraction to this 15-year-old in a debate with someone named Mr. Medicare.
Of course, of this chat log, I was talking with a bunch of other esports guys, and we were basically talking about how crazy the fucking jailbait is in the gaming communities. It's ridiculous. I think I said something along the lines of like, there are 15-year-old chicks that are like hot as fuck that will like try to send you pictures to like fuck you at events and shit, and it's like you have to be really careful when you navigate that.
So what is the admitting to jerking off to 15-year-olds then? What is that in relation to?
I never admitted to jerking off. I think I just said like this. I think the log is something like this 15-year-old chick was trying to send me, or was sending me pictures of herself, and she was hot as fuck. It's like really hard to like turn down some of these people. I think.
Wait, how old was she?
She said she was 15.
So you did get pictures from a 15-year-old?
Not nudes though. Sorry, I should specify. I think a couple pics of her like at the beach or some shit. But in
swimwear.
Yeah.
So you're getting swimwear pics for 15-year-olds?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. This shit is fucking crazy. Shit is fuck.
So, in these clips, he says that some 15-year-olds are hot as fuck, and he admits to sharing a picture of this 15-year-old in a bikini to his friends. So, is Destiny a pedophile? Well, he admitted that he finds some 15-year-olds hot as fuck, and he sent his friends a picture of a 15-year-old in a bikini because he found her so attractive. A lot of arguments with Destiny about pedophilia end up getting wrapped up in semantic debates about labels instead of focusing on the facts of the matter. If you call Destiny a pedo for being attracted to a 15-year-old, he'll launch into a tirade about how, pedophilia is the attraction to prepubescent children and 15-year-olds are post-pubescent. So therefore, by calling me a pedo, you have slandered me. So then you go, okay, I guess you're not a pedophile, you're an ephebephile, because ephebophilia is the attraction to teenagers aged 15 to 19. So then he'll go, no, ephebophilia is the primary attraction to mid to late adolescents. I'm mostly attracted to adults. I'm just a little bit attracted to children.
There are 15-year-old chicks that are like hot as fuck.
So therefore, I am not an ephebophile, and you have slandered me yet again. Also, there's nothing inherently wrong with ephebophilia, because 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds fall under the category of ephebophilia, and there's nothing wrong with being attracted to adults, so your normative position condemning ephebophilia in its entirety is already a flawed premise. And even if I was a pedophile, there's nothing wrong with being attracted to children. It's only bad if you act on that attraction. So therefore, you have slandered me in countless ways, and my community will now harass you for years. See how you've now had an exhausting 20-minute debate about labels instead of focusing on the fact that Destiny admitted to being attracted to some children and admitted to acting on that attraction by sending a picture of a child in a bikini to his friends? This is the debate bro way. Crush your opponent through pedantic arguments about semantics so you never have to actually take accountability for your actions. As far as we know, I don't think Destiny falls under the clinical definition of pedophilia. pedophile. But the colloquial definition of pedophile is someone who is attracted to children, and Destiny is at least somewhat attracted to children.
There are some 15, 16-year-old chicks that like look pretty fucking hot. Like I can't help that. Like some people mature fucking older.
Destiny defended another streamer who got exposed for having sex with a 14-year-old by saying, even if he did bang a 14-year-old, no, that's not what pedophile means. Go look it up. Seriously, if you don't understand the difference between being attracted to someone that happens to be young and being attracted to someone because they are young, you have absolutely no business whatsoever commenting on the issue, period. It makes you look uneducated. I really want to see someone use this argument in court. Your Honor, I didn't have sex with that baby because I'm attracted to babies. I had sex with that baby because it just so happened to be a really hot baby. Most babies are not hot, but every once in a while, one of those extra special babies rolls their stroller on past my goon cave, and I just can't help myself. But this does not make me a pedophile. You look really uneducated right now. You know what, Destiny? You can feel free to have your pedantic definition of pedophile that only applies to being specifically attracted to prepubescent children because of the fact that they are prepubescent, and I can say that I think you are a freak for saying as a 26-year-old that some 15-year-olds are hot as fuck, and for as a 23-year-old sharing around a picture of a 15-year-old in a bikini. Deal? The next child-related Destiny incident is when him and his friends—
There's fucking more of these?
The Bro Squad watched an 8-year-old boy shake his penis for them on a live stream.
I shouldn't tell this because I'm gonna get fucking arrested. Or Child Protective Services. I used to be part of this horrible thing called the Bro Squad, okay? Fucking me, if you remember that fucking Cheeks bitch, and fucking a couple other people that have never been on my stream before, we're part of the Bro Squad, and what we would do is we would go around Justin TV streams, trolling the shit out of these people. And we went around from fucking channel to channel, like fucking around. Like it was just horrible shit. We went to this channel with this fucking like, this kid was like 8 years old, and he was fucking broing out with everybody in this chat. For whatever fucking reason, this kid decides to fucking take his pants off and fucking wiggle his 8-year-old dick on stream. I can't even believe it. Oh my fucking god. It was like, I didn't even know, like, we were on Skype, we were like, holy shit. Like, we had to do like a double take because we didn't even fucking know, like, what the fuck was on. Like, we were looking at like an 8-year-old dick, like, on the fucking screen. And his fucking brother, we called him Captain Push-Ups, would like come in the room. And this guy was like fucking 14 years old. He had his shirt off and he was like this, like watching this stream the entire time and shit. Oh my god.
As far as what Destiny says in this clip, they didn't
Good God. W. Andrew, we need you in person for Fresh and Fit After Hours. Yeah, down the road. Yeah, sure. Holy dude. All right, I got to take a leak. I'll be right back. This is actually fucking... This is pretty fucking
I bet those
gross.
pencils make you see better.